Namaskar. Hello and welcome to PGurus channel. I'm your host Sri Iyer. After a brief hiatus, we are joined by JVC Sreeram and we're going to take a good look and analyze what worked for BJP in Gujarat and perhaps what did not work for them in Himachal Pradesh as well as in Punjab. So just taking a look at these three state assembly elections, something has worked, something has not worked. To analyze these things and the takeaways for the Bharatiya Janata Party for the upcoming state assembly elections, let's welcome Sri JVC Sreeram. JVC, namaskar and welcome to PGurus channel.
Namaskar, sir. Thank you very much. My pleasure to join.
Thank you so much, JVC. And maybe you can start by recapping what you think happened in these three elections, sir. Certainly, AAP has been trying the same card trick every time. It worked for them well in Punjab. Now they are, smarting from the fact that there is no money to fulfill their promises. But they have tried the same thing in Himachal Pradesh. They, in fact, upped the ante for Congress. Congress is now in trouble because they said that they'll do the same things that AAP said they will do. Except BJP seems to have taken a slightly different approach to Gujarat. So I'd like you to take it away and regale our viewers with your observations. You're the spot man on the ground.
See, I think, what worked in favor of BJP in Gujarat was a simple fact that certain welfare schemes and measures, which we are going to, look at at length, has really worked against the Revdi culture or the freebies culture. What has been very clearly mentioned by BJP in the run-up to the election campaign has been that the welfare schemes for the poor is different from giving free electricity, free water, everything free, right? So if you look at it, 7 out of 10 households have availed cheap ration, which means it's not free ration, it is cheap ration. So 7 out of 10. And 2 out of 3 rural, particularly in the SC, ST and OBC, they availed the Prime Minister Garib Kalyan Yojana. There is a 5 kg of rice which is continuing, and I think it will continue till 2024 elections for sure. We had discussed about that also. And 53% of population, particularly in those segments, have really got benefited from the free 5 kg rice and 1 kg dal or whatever you call, or 5 kg wheat, depending upon the state they are. And one thing which has really worked in favor of BJP has been that it has not only worked in favor of BJP in Indian polity, it has also given a new dimension for the BJP government in the eyes of probably the World Bank and International Monetary Fund. That is why the JAM has been called as the logistic marvel by none other than the IMF deputy director themselves, which means that 52% of the poor people in Gujarat have opened the Jan Dhan account. If you look at it, when Jan Dhan account was opened, people were, asking what would be the benefit of having a bank account. Now, I think Mr. Narendra Modi had been very clear in his path or the direction which he wanted the country to move on, particularly in terms of Garibi Hataao, is that first we need a bank account and we need to also authenticate that it is linked with the Aadhaar. So the Jan Dhan and the Aadhaar got linked because Aadhaar is a unique number. As a result of which duplicity of the accounts is probably going to be cut off. And then came the mobile number link. When they linked the Jan Dhan account with the Aadhaar and the mobile, what was coming through was then the direct benefit transfer. In fact, because of the Jan Dhan and the Aadhaar and the mobile link, what has happened is over 2.5 lakh crores have been saved is what Nirmala Sitharaman, the finance minister, has been reiterating, which is basically money going into multiple accounts. The same person is receiving money from different bank accounts in different names. Like say, I can be called as JVC Sreeram, I can be called as Sreeram, I can be called as Sreeram Chandrasekhar, I can be called as C. Sreeram. In various ways, I open. But this particular thing, this uniqueness had helped. And then what had happened is, once the Jan Dhan account was opened, particularly the farmers, if you see, largest beneficiary was middle class. Yeah. And middle class forms a huge chunk of Indian population today. In fact,
1 in 3, right? 1 in 3, right?
Yeah, 1 in 3, 1 in 3. And then what has happened is 57% of them have availed free LPG cylinders. Now we keep on saying that no, the cylinder is a problem, 57% has availed free LPG cylinders. And 40% of them have availed money for building houses. Now this is something which is very critical. PM Awas Yojana. Because this is where the double engine Sarkar comes into picture. Now, when I say a double engine Sarkar, for an housing loan, the central government is giving affordable housing loan, but it is the state government and the local agencies who play a very important role. And if the state government has got some corrupt officials or corruption is deep rooted, then this Awas Yojana goes for a toss. In fact, if you see in Tamil Nadu, 6 months back, a youth committed suicide because they were demanding bribe for sanctioning the Awas Yojana. This is where the double engine Sarkar has worked very big. 40% availed money for building houses is a big thing, very big thing. And then 47% of them have been receiving this 6,000 rupees per year, the 2,000 into 3, which gets deposited in their bank accounts automatically, which is basically that is again for the farmers' assistance. So what has happened is you are not giving free, but you are giving an assistance to probably pay for the labor, or you're probably could buy some seeds or fertilizer or pesticide. They're using it. In fact, when I spoke to a few farmers, they also were of the same opinion that 6,000 is not a big amount, but it is providing for, instead of giving nothing, we are getting 6,000, and we can understand. We can understand why it is only 6,000 and it is not more. And then comes the local double engine Sarkar, local Sarkar, because this is something which I think media has overlooked it. The state specific schemes for the financial assistance for the daughters. Okay. In fact, this is a pet scheme of Jayalalitha. If you remember, Jayalalitha used to do this.
Yes.
Sangam and all those stuff. So, and for weddings, this whatever amount is being given for the poor. So this has actually had a lasting impact. And that is the reason why you find 53% vote share and a tsunami kind of a victory is what we can see in Gujarat. Because apart from all these things, the AAP's Revdi culture had been beaten by BJP by a delivery of the promises. So the Gujarati people would prefer to, a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. Okay. AAP tried to say that it is the bush, but Modi and BJP said, this is in your hand. You already received all these things. Now, why do you want to? That's a reason why they could beat the Revdi culture. And that's the reason for this big victory in Gujarat.
So let's say that the similar ideas were also implemented in Himachal Pradesh, because there was the BJP government in Himachal Pradesh. Yet they came up short by a very, very slender margin, 0.9%. But unfortunately, this translates in a very poor way in the seat one. What do you think went wrong for them in HP?
See, let me tell you one thing, Mr. Iyer. As far as Himachal Pradesh is concerned, it is a combination of several factors. The first factor is, as you rightly mentioned, the 0.9% translating into 15 seat difference is not something which we see normally in any election. In fact, when I microscopically analyze the HP picture, what is coming out very clear is that the margin of victory has been so close. BJP has lost seats by 60 votes, okay, by 320 votes, 600 votes. Rebels played a very important role because 11 people were denied seats by BJP. Rebels played an important role both in BJP and in Congress. But the impact was felt more in BJP because the BJP rebels could get a lot of votes compared to what a Congress rebel could get. Congress rebel, in fact, did not act as a spoiler in many seats, but in few seats acted as a spoiler, enabling BJP to win. But BJP spoilers in some places came second, pushing BJP to third position. I hope you got it. So BJP
Understood.
number one,
Yeah.
a divided house. And margin was very thin. Number two, the old pension scheme. There are 1,50,000 state government employees in the state of Himachal Pradesh. And the old pension scheme was scrapped by the erstwhile Manmohan Singh government, which all of us are aware of. Now, somehow or other, I think the senior citizens and their families have bought this idea of old pension scheme. Now, number 3, more importantly, is the 1,500 rupees per woman. And let me tell you, there are 27,37,845 female population in Himachal Pradesh. I'm giving you this data. I had tweeted on 8th of November saying that even if you are saying that from the age group of 18 to 60 only, you are going to provide assistance of 1,500 rupees per month, you will get easily around 20 lakh females. I'm making a very rough calculation. 3,200 crore per annum is going to be the cost to the exchequer. And today, what is the debt of Himachal Pradesh? It is not running into lakhs of crores. But being a small state, the total expenses budget itself is around 45,000 crores. And of which Himachal Pradesh has got a debt of 11,520 crores. Now, if you add another 3,200 crores, because God knows what is the impact on the old pension. Because the old pension scheme, if I go by this Manishankar Iyer's brother's data, it would run.
Swaminathan Ankleshwar Iyer.
Yeah. If I go by his data, he says the state government exchequers will have to, coffin over 3,50,000 crores. Over 3,50,000 crores for implementing old pension scheme, which is basically an extremely difficult thing. So now I do not know how many thousands of crores this is going to run into for Himachal Pradesh. So right now, even if I take this case of 1,500 per woman, it cannot be given, sir. The Congress in Himachal Pradesh is charring between devil and deep sea. Why I say this is because now Vikramaditya Singh, the son of former CM, the late CM Vidarbha Singh, says Prime Minister should have a large heart and sanction special budgetary allocations for Himachal Pradesh. Now, if Mr. Modi thought that to counter these promises, he had to also give 1,500 rupees, he has to also give this old pension scheme, he would have announced in his party's manifesto, right? The very fact that he did not announce means it doesn't make sense. And women voters, as a result of which, voted more towards Congress, unlike in many other elections in Himachal Pradesh, than towards BJP. Okay. Now, next is this is something which I think BJP should have done something about it, and this should have ensured that BJP gets the victory. That 0.9% could have been bridged by this particular thing. This is a lesson, because old pension scheme, it would be financially unviable, not prudent to pick it up. 1,500 rupees per woman, per woman is not feasible. It is not prudent. But raising the GST percentage on Apple packaging boxes was a disaster. Now, this could have easily swung 2% votes away from BJP. And if it had come to BJP, the situation would have been completely different. BJP could have got around 38 to 40 seats and Congress would have got 28 to 30 seats. Now, I think that played a decisive role. And finally, as far as LPG is concerned, this is something which I have received information from a very, very top source. From a very top source from BJP, I received this information because I made that video in Tamil in Kolagala Srinivas that LPG, something must be done about it. It seems that the Prime Minister has directly told one of the functionaries of BJP, because this functionary, a senior functionary, had asked the Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, on why can't you provide deeper subsidy for LPG gas connections, which Manmohan Singh government could do. Now, Mr. Modi's candid view to that BJP functionary, which I'm sharing with you right here for the benefit of the public, is government has been spending 45,000 crores on providing subsidy to the LPG gas connections. We continue to provide it. That was the subsidy allocated even during Manmohan Singh's regime. Today, the number of gas subscribers have almost doubled, more than doubled from what it was pre-2014. Right now, if I have to provide a deeper subsidy, I will have to incur almost 1 lakh crores per annum. It is not viable for my government to provide such a subsidy. And if I provide that subsidy, I would not be able to invest in infrastructure. If I have to choose over investing in infrastructure than to provide the subsidy and win some elections, I would prefer to lose some elections and invest on infrastructure, has been a very candid view of the Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi. And he has also said that LPG gas prices are a fluctuating one. Now, when it comes down, automatically the consumers will be in a position to absorb, because the government will be able to provide the same subsidy, but it will be in a position to provide it at a lesser price. It is a fluctuating one, so I don't want to touch that, is what Prime Minister had mentioned to that particular functionary. And I can understand where he is coming from, because he feels that infrastructure growth would probably provide a long-term asset to India than these kind of subsidies.
Thank you so much, JVC. Last, before we wind up the show, what was the vote percentage that AAP got in Himachal Pradesh first and then in Gujarat?
In Himachal Pradesh, they got around 1%, 1 point change. It was less than 2%, if I'm right. In Gujarat, they got around 12.79%. So AAP was a flop show in Himachal Pradesh, had done reasonably, not reasonably, I think has done pretty well for its second election in Gujarat, or I could say even a maiden election, because the first time they were almost a non-starter. So I would say that AAP has made some good progress as far as Gujarat is concerned, particularly in Saurashtra and South Gujarat.
So if you were to be the person trying to kind of give the advice to the Modi government, not that Amit Shah and Modi are not good at winning elections, they seem to know what they're doing. What would be the takeaway from this for the next big thing, which is Karnataka, which is also hanging by a slim thread?
I wouldn't say hanging by a slim thread. I think Karnataka is now advantage Congress.
Oh,
It is
I
just
see.
the question of if Congress is going to get a majority on its own, or is it going to be a single largest party, or BJP can produce some magic and become a single largest party without getting majority. I don't think BJP is getting majority. You can take it from me. As on date, BJP is not getting majority. The question is now whether Congress is going to be the majority or is going to be the single largest party. That is the question as of now. So I think, probably Karnataka elections, Congress was not making mistake till the recent past. In the last 3 months, since August of 2022, Congress has been making all the right noises, making the right moves in Karnataka. But in the last few days, I think they're slipping. They're trying to play minority appeasement politics. They're trying to cover up the terror incident which happened. They're questioning why why the case had to be handed over to NIA. They've been trying to question Sarwarkar's portrait being installed, and as a result of which they're raising those Tipu Sultan. If they are going to let Hindutva agenda to be picked up by BJP, because when you pick up all these things, Congress picks up all these things, automatically the other side will pick up Hindutva, and Hindutva would find resonance with the voters, particularly the Hindu voters in Karnataka. As a result of which, that is the only thing which can turn this election. Otherwise, I don't see much turning around as far as Karnataka is concerned. I think few months back itself, I had mentioned that on a scale of 0 to 10, with 10 being the most confident and 0 being the least confident, I had given 6 to Himachal Pradesh, I had given 10 to Gujarat for BJP, and I had given 4.5 to Karnataka in Karnataka for BJP. So to me, the states which probably Congress can flip from BJP is Karnataka in 2023, and we can hold on to Chhattisgarh in 2023. That is the 2 elections which they can probably be the glimmer of hope for the Congress party.
Thank you very much for your prognosis, JVC. And viewers, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to click on the bell button for notifications. We'll be back with JVCG in a few weeks' time when we have a little bit more developments as to where things are headed. Once again, JVC, thank you so much. Namaskar.
Namaskar. Thank you very much.
Thank you.